Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. On today's example, we're going to show you how to create an admin page where you can add listings and then another section where you can edit or delete those listings within basically any type of website. I'm going to use this one that I've built. It's a property listings website where estate agents can create and list their own properties and then also go in and edit that properties from an admin page. So let's just go to the admin page to give you an idea of how it will look. Now you can do this with virtually no code at all. I mean, the little bit of code that we've got is actually unrelated to adding the actual listing. It's just for cool effects. So this is what my admin page would look like for add a new listing. Now I've got here a place for the property title, a drop down for the bedrooms and bathrooms, the total square feet, price, address, all these types of things, places to add the images and so forth. Now if you add a listing here, you will basically come through and show up in your for sale section. That will look like this when it loads. So it will pop up here and then one can go and view the property from here. So we're going to basically show you how to build a admin management section for this. Now the add property is pretty simple. Sorry, just to give you an idea of what this looks like here. Adding a property is very simple. You know, it's a straight database submission. You connect it via the WiX user interface, connect it to submit, and that is pretty much as simple as that. So you can see here that I've got a normal data set. It's not dynamic, basically a plain data set, and we make it to write only. It's submitting to my property listings database. Permissions there is pretty relaxed, and all these elements are simply connected to this data set, to the relevant fields. Here you can see I've got a few places to add images, and then this button is simply connected to the submit section. So nothing fancy here, pretty straightforward WiX stuff. I do have a bit of code on this page, but it's just to expand the boxes should a client wish to enter more images. So it's these 3 boxes here. Initially I'm just showing a guy the option to add 5 images, but if you would like to add more images, you can just click here and you'll get these additional sections displaying like that. Now over to the actual trick of this, and that is the edit section. You can also create another normal page for this. It doesn't have to be a dynamic page. For this example, or this project was set up as a dynamic page. To be honest, I can't actually even remember why, but it can be either or. It can be just a normal plain page or a dynamic page. It doesn't really matter. This page has a bit more code in it. It actually does quite a few things. So you'll notice straight away that all the elements are pretty much the same, and that is because I simply copied over this entire box from the other page, pasted it here, and once again connected it to my data set. However, this data set is read and write. Okay, it's not dynamic with any URLs or so on, so it's just a plain read and write data set. All these other boxes still work the same, with the addition that you'll notice I've got an update listing button here, and then I've got a delete button here. This one is actually not connected to the data set itself. What I've done is cleverly overlapped it with another button that is not showing up now. Let's just try and force it. There we go. So when you click on this one, it then actually only shows you the delete button, which is connected to the read and write data set. Now that is simply connected as you would link your submit button. Just scroll down to delete and click there. This update listing button is simply connected to the submit section, like the normal add listing one is. Now the trick with this one is which property to show, which one not to show. So let me show you what I've done here. Is I've used a table and cleverly connected it to that same read and write data set. So when you click on it, it opens a table and it shows me all the properties that I've got listed. So let's click on this Facebook property, and the moment I clicked on that one, all the data is populated in this section. Now that's great, because now I can go and change it. I can say this one, I made a mistake, it doesn't have 3 bedrooms, it only has 2 bathrooms, and I can go down and update the listing, and it will be changed on the admin side. You can see there that it's been submitted. Similarly, it just took us to this house. So you can see now the bedrooms has been updated to 2 immediately. So let's just head back to that edit listings page. So I'll show you how the delete functionality works. So once you have selected a property, let's choose duplex in the suburbs, you click on delete. It then actually shows the button that is connected to the dataset that will delete. The first button doesn't actually do much except for hide itself and show this button. The moment I click on confirm deletion, it will remove this listing completely from the database and show me the other button again. Now, the actual code that we've got on this page is slightly more, but not so much. The first 3 functions is basically just an expansion of the image upload boxes. Button 28 is my front delete button, if I remember correctly. Okay, so that's the grayed out delete button. That's not really connected to anything, but the only thing that it does is it hides itself and it shows button 29. And then for button 29, when you click it, it actually hides itself and then it shows button 28 again. The actual trick of this edit section is, like I said, is this table. I've overlaid it in this example, but you can simply place it at the top and expand and collapse it. It will work the same. So this you can simply connect to the properties listing data set, the same one. You can connect the fields that you want to show in this table. And then I've created an on-click for it. So when you click on the table on a specific row, that it actually shows the property related to that row. So let's go modern townhouse out of town. Clicked on that and you can see that it's updated all my fields. So the only thing you do is you add an on-click to your table, which will then update your data set. And then what I did was I said if the table was clicked, hide the table and show the updated button to say select the property. If the table is closed, then I say show the table and update the button value to close, so that it says close and there it says select property, close, select property. That is as simple as that. That's how you create an admin section where you can add and edit any of your listings for basically any site. If you have food, property, cars, and so forth. This is a great, easy, simple way to build an admin section. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers for now.